Alrighty. Evan,
Yes,
call me crazy.
you always are.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
this is
Okay.
nothing new.
Okay, so same old shit, different day, right?
Always.
Okay, so my hot take of the week is that the Detroit Pistons are not only going to upset their team that they're going to play in the first round of the playoffs, the Indiana Pacers, if the season ended today, but they are going to go on and win 2 playoff series this year. It's going to be a wild ride for
So
the
you're
Pistons.
saying they're making it to potentially the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, I am. And they're going to play the Boston Celtics and lose in 7 games.
Okay. We shall see.
Alrighty, folks. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the previous episode where we had Sophia Blackburn on, former intern of the Grand Rapids Griffins, giving us some insight on everything hockey and the world of the AHL for the Grand Rapids Griffins and talking a little Red Wings hockey. But this episode we dedicated directly to NBA and MLB, as today is opening day. And it is March 27th, not May.
I was like,
March
you haven't graduated college yet.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I haven't graduated grad school yet, so you'll still see the same room for a little bit longer. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get into the team that we can see the most data from in the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, they've done very well this season, above expectations in my book. I thought they were going to be, obviously, I called them out in the beginning of the season saying they're the next premier team in the Detroit prowess of teams, which I was correct by that.
Right. Most thought you were crazy.
Most thought I was, but then, I mean, we got the players, we got the prowess, and we got the physicality back that we've always had with everything. So it's very enlightening to see, and I'm very happy to see what happened. But they moved up recently because of their wins, and Milwaukee lost to the 5th place spot in the Eastern Conference. They have the Cavs tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Evan, what are you thinking right now when we play a Cavaliers team? We haven't beat them all season. They're the best shooting team, arguably, in the league. How do you feel about this game?
I mean, I love what the Pistons are doing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously, the East this year is absolutely horrific. If I'm being completely honest,
for the top 3 teams, would be the Knicks.
The East is still horrific,
Celtics,
though. If I'm
Celtics.
being honest, I mean, yeah, Cleveland being such a good team. I mean, being so efficient, like how are they doing it?
They're second in points per game with 122.3 averaging, and they're up there with assists as well. Top 10 in the league of all teams. I
don't feel confident about this Cleveland team either. But
so you don't think that our defense and our newfound physicality will stop one of the best 3-point shooters?
No, I'm saying I don't have faith in Cleveland.
Okay, to beat Detroit?
To just consistently stay at this high level, if I'm being honest.
Okay, so you're talking more long term. I'm talking tomorrow night versus the Pistons.
I think the Pistons will play a better game. I mean, I'm not sure if they have what it takes to beat Cleveland, but I also don't see this Cleveland team making it further than they can. I mean, yes, they're an efficient team, whatnot. We see this in hockey. Some of the best teams in the regular season
lost. I think Cleveland's going to make a deep run.
Yes, but also look at it this way. Teams that do really well in the regular season,
yes,
especially hockey, usually stumble with a hot team down the stretch.
Yeah.
We look at it with the teams that win the President's Trophy. I mean, last year's Winnipeg Jets, best record in the league, got swept first round. And you're just like, what just happened? So honestly, I mean, we might end up winning this game. Awesome. But at the same time, this Cleveland team is showing, I mean, yeah, they're a good team. I'm not going to discredit this team.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like they're a fraud. I honestly think they're a fraud.
Okay. So you think it's who's coming out of the East if we're talking basketball?
Boston.
Okay.
Boston.
I see that too.
Boston is just a sound team. I mean, they've done it before.
Yeah.
They should have been doing it. Like they should be on, honestly, they are a dynasty team. I mean.
Okay. So you think they could easily win it again?
I'm not going to say easily because the West is wide open.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But if we're talking just based on repertoire and just resume alone, I do see Boston being the team coming out of the East. My sneaky team is New York. I know you're going to hate that, but I do think this New York team
beat New York. Detroit can beat New York. That's my argument of the,
I would agree.
Day.
But also look at it this way. This New York team also too has been playing at such a high level that
I see that. But like
if they have home court advantage, I think no one wants to play in MSG. No one wants to play in
Detroit
MSG.
wants to play in MSG. They beat them multiple times in MSG
I
this
agree,
season.
but if this Knicks team gets healthy and ready, I do worry about that.
Okay. I mean, that is fair. I can also see that. One of my things with this Detroit team is that they need to obviously stay sound defensively, make sure guys don't have open shots, and play physical, but physical within the game limits. I think
Isaiah Stewart going headbutts.
Exactly what I was saying.
Or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever his thing is, but
attempted murder.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I like that physicality.
Detroit has enough murders as is. You don't need to give another one.
And it's one of those things that I look at this Detroit team and I'm really happy with what they've done. But the question is right now, if the season ended today, if you look at the playoff picture,
who are you playing?
Indiana Pacers.
I don't like that matchup.
You don't like that matchup?
I don't.
I think we can beat them.
I don't like that matchup because here's the thing. Yes, you can beat them down, but here's the thing. You have Tyrese Halliburton, who is a very, very good guard.
Well, my thing is...
And the thing is, he's also tall. I mean, yes, Cade is too, but he's also tall and fast.
So if you're Detroit right now, where would you want to drop down to the 6?
Which would be playing who?
The Knicks.
I would much rather play New York.
So you're rather than Indiana. Okay.
Much rather.
Because right now you got the Cavs and they're playing the winners of the Bulls, Heat, or Hawks and Magic.
I think Orlando's probably going to make a surge and take it.
Yes.
I hope. At least I hope.
I see the Bulls playing the Cavs first round. I don't see the Heat pulling off anything.
No.
I think...
I'm surprised they're still in it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, they're 31-41.
I mean, I'm not surprised because Spoelstra, but I mean, surprised because of how the team is.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I feel that's kind of like...
I'd rather play in New York. I know I just said you don't want to play in MSG, but like you just said earlier too, we have one in MSG.
We have.
Indiana is a very, very difficult team.
And they do have good players. Exactly. And they do play very physical. And that's where I think we could take a Knicks to, the full amount of games and beat them in MSG.
That's where I would say you have a better chance.
So you want to drop, you want to lose, because now you're thinking about who you're playing in matchups. You got a handful of games left.
If you're already in, it's just a matter of
who you want to play.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not saying I do the season, but at the same time,
it wouldn't hurt. We have no chance against Indiana?
I'm not saying you have no chance, but it's like you were saying with defensively and physical, it's a lot harder.
It is.
It's a lot harder of a team because yes, New York is a physical team, but their centers are not the physical centers.
Yeah.
Miles Turner is a very imposing physical center. Cat is, to put it nicely, a little soft.
Yeah.
He's a great center, but he's more, I'm going to take it out, play on the perimeter and shoot the three rather than bully you inside, which that's what Indiana has. That's what Boston has. Yeah. It's kind of what Cleveland has to an extent. So you don't want to play a team that can out physical you.
Yeah.
If you're Detroit, you want a team that you can wear down with your physicality and beat them yourself.
Yeah. And I see that. And that's one of the things I'm kind of like, okay, we can get to that level. It's the question of, do we have the depth? And right now, a guy that is really strutting his stuff, Ron Holland III, is playing lights out basketball for the Detroit Pistons. He's only played 72 games this season, but he's on a tear right now that I like to see a young, youthful player like this come into this situation and really play good basketball. And it's really exciting to see how that's going to pan out. And the future is bright for Detroit. We got some young people. Ivy's eventually going to come back, maybe for that first round playoff matchup, which really brings me, hope. But, Holland has really stepped up his game, and they've rewarded him 15 minutes a game, 6.5 points. He's come in clutch in multiple instances. I think this guy could be a future good forward for us. I was talking all year, we need a guy besides Tobias Harris that can step up in that forward role. We got Durham, we got obviously Isaiah Stewart, and we got Jaden Ivey being that physical point guard, but he's only played 30 games. I don't think, we're going to use him as a utility 6-man, obviously coming forward. I think Cade, Tim can move up to the shooting guard position, and Mikal Beasley can kind of play that 3 small forward shooting guard. But I think we have what it takes. It just, can we get the right momentum to get those two playoff series wins? But a team that is kind of feeding off momentum and doing the waves, the Los Angeles Lakers, they went on a little bit of a weird kind of streak as it came along here. They had some issues, ups and downs since aiding Luka Doncic. Right off the bat, they went on an 8-game win streak, and then they followed by losing 7 out of 10 games. Also, somewhat of injuries have kind of plagued them a little bit.
Injuries have ruined the league this year. Let's be real.
It really has. And
just look at the Mavericks. Not a single healthy starter from their day one roster.
And a trade from Luka. So it's crazy to see what basketball is right now. You talk about crazy injuries in USC and that women's basketball tearing her ACL. That puts them out of the hunt, I think. But like, it's one of those things that basketball is it's a team sport, but if you have these individual players that are star guys, like, so see McKeel, for whatever reason, knock on wood, that doesn't happen, goes out. He, besides, I think, another all-star, have the most made threes in the league this season, which is crazy. And it's a sin that McKeel Beasley is not an all-star, was not an all-star this season. He's played his lights out. He's really rejuvenated his career. And I think Detroit should sign him long-term and make him a cornerstone player like Cade. I think we have that.
My only issue with Beasley is Beasley's also getting old. Beasley's also getting up there in age.
Yeah, you got this youth rejuvenating, you got Ivy, you got Holland, and you got some of these younger guys that are coming in the league, and you got a draft this season that if Detroit, makes the playoffs, they're a little lower in that seeding draft, that first round. But like, I think the Pistons have a good chance to add to this system. But one of the things that I want to go back to the Lakers, and they're having problems with their defense. And I think it's kind of an effort thing when it comes to the Lakers. Luka obviously is a little bit out of shape. LeBron's making excuses, but
LeBron always makes excuses. That's why I despise watching him.
We'll get into that in a minute here. Coach Reddick actually attributes that in the start. We got to get back to who we are, focusing on that. He continued, I think the lack of court time and prioritizing rest over shoot arounds, and all the walkthroughs over the last couple of weeks, we've just, developed some really bad defensive habits that have come to fruition.
LeBron doesn't play defense, let's be honest.
Yeah, but here's my question for you. Why is rest such a big thing in today's NBA, where you go
load management?
Load management, but even in practice, like you talk about all these coaches saying, "Oh, we shoot around too much. We do this, we do that." And
you want my honest answer?
Yeah, let's see your honest answer.
Because the NBA is soft as shit.
Okay, but
the fact that we're worried about guys resting.
Yeah,
guys aren't. It's not hockey where you're playing 30 seconds a shift and you're going 100%.
I agree.
You're literally playing for 40 minutes, but literally you're sitting for at least 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Basketball games take 3 hours. Why? Because there's a shit ton of breaks, timeouts, and the guys are sitting. Yeah. If you're not playing, if you're not a starter, you're just sitting your ass wasting away. It's ridiculous.
My thing is the starters for the Lakers complaining and doing that, and it's mostly LeBron. Like he's been a big
baby.
That's a word. He's been a big. That's a word. Okay. He's been a big person who has wanted rest because he understands he's aging old. Like fine wine.
Yeah,
so
but
even early on in his career, he wanted rest.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're only playing for so much.
I get that. I get that. My question is why is there so much drama when it comes to these guys?
There shouldn't be.
Mostly surrounding LeBron James. And like, why are players in the past, most notably Michael Jordan, who played all 82 games, where you got LeBron, you got Luka, you got guys who are superstars not playing all 82. Why is this becoming a thing? And then,
it's
people in the media wonder why the NBA isn't getting the good ratings, because I think there's a lack of effort. When I sit down and watch a Wings game, I know what they're fighting for. When I sit down and watch a Pistons game, they're one of the only outliers, besides maybe the East does it better, I think, than any other, division for playing for purpose. I think, when it comes to LA, there's no purpose.
But that's the thing. That's why if you watch basketball now, it's just like,
it's all this drama.
But if you look back in the 90s, everyone was playing. It was kind of like the college football playoff.
Yeah,
you're playing for something no matter what.
Exactly.
The Malice in the Palace happened. The fact that happened in a regular season game, it wasn't a playoff game. It was a regular season game.
Yeah.
You're never going to see that. You're going to probably see people get ejected, fined, this, that, the other thing. It happened in that too. But you're never going to see the physicality of what happened back in the day. Yeah, like you said, with Jordan playing all 82 games. Jordan also played 30, 35 minutes a game. Yeah, there wasn't the modern medicine we have now, but the fact he was playing 30 minutes a game for 82 games.
Yeah.
And sat out didn't even sit out even when they played like an easy matchup in the playoffs. The effort's gone. The NBA, like, it's depressing. I mean, the NBA used to be watchable. Now it's just like, it's now like keeping up with the Kardashians. It's like, oh, this happened. It's like, when could we actually play the sport that it's actually supposed to be played? Not just be like, oh, who fucked who now? Or, who's going to sit now? It's like, if you and I went to a game, we'd be like, oh, sweet, we get to see so-and-so. Yeah. Oh, they're sitting because they're too tired today. You're paying these exorbitant amount of tickets just to see the players you want to see. Like when I back the day before COVID hit, I watched Luka and Zion play. It was awesome because all of them played.
Exactly.
If I went to a game right now, I could sit and be like, he's AD's on the bench. Yeah. Oh, or say, I don't know. No, I see that. You're there. You're in your freaking Louis Vuitton, whatever. You're in this. You're in your designer. It's like,
you're preaching
I just
to the choir, brother.
Paid $300 for a ticket.
Yeah.
To watch scrubs play.
Yeah, no,
it's not worth it anymore.
And you're
I can invest in Dogecoin twice.
Yeah, you're up the same ladder I am with this. But one of my things is that, like, I don't know if you saw this on ESPN this morning. LeBron said some words about Stephen A. Smith and
this drama once again.
Yeah, no, and then he hyped up Michael. I forgot his last name. He's a big NBA guy.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, basically. But he was
Mike Tannenbaum, probably.
Yeah, Mike Tannenbaum. Yeah, he said he was a weird dude on the Stephen A. Smith show.
But let's be honest.
No, that was one of Stephen A. Smith's thing. He's like, why is LeBron going against the media so much? He's like, the media shouldn't be talking about all this drama. That's all there is to talk about because he's like, we should talk X's and O's.
It's the Kardashian show. It's ridiculous.
Really, and then Stephen A. Smith was arguing, hey, well, LeBron is setting up this drama. He says his son is, the second coming of the GOAT. I mean, no offense to Bronny.
His son's in the G League, for fuck's sake.
Well, he's being brought up because LeBron's bitching and everything like that. But
but that's the thing. It's because LeBron's bitching. But his son's in the fucking G League.
I know, but like one of my things, dude.
You drafted him at 21 and he's in the G League.
Well, no,
awesome.
My thing is this. When you look at the Lakers and you look at LeBron and what he's done, before LeBron, all these guys generally played all the games. LeBron has brought this diva mindset into the game of basketball that I personally and a lot of other people can't stand. Now, who's the player in your mind that's going to break us out of it? Is it Cade? Is it Jaden Ivey? Who is the guy that's going to play you night and out? So you think you should just fold?
I mean,
you think it's pack up, time to go home, and this is the last NBA championship.
The best time to watch the NBA, like LeBron has never always been like this.
No, he hasn't.
He was fun to watch back in the Heat days, back his rookie days. But ever since it's just like he's gotten older and now like, oh, look at this spotlight's all on me. It's like, dude, no one gives a fuck that your son's on your team.
Exactly.
The only reason why you drafted him is because LeBron slipped you money and it's like, hey, draft my son or I'm leaving the team.
Yeah, and that's my thing.
Ridiculous.
Like I think LeBron James is the GOAT.
No.
For his longevity, not for what he's done in the back.
Longevity. Do you know why he's been able to play as long as he has?
Rest. Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
The thing. If Jordan had this luxury
I agree
of rest,
with you. I fully agree with you, Evan. I fully see that, and I fully agree with the people out there that's calling me an idiot. Why is LeBron your GOAT? Because of how well he's played throughout his career consistently. Sure, there's been a lot of rest. Sure, that is something to contribute in there that he hasn't played probably a full NBA season since his Heat days.
Like, and that's
an issue. And then that does say something. And, Jordan was the GOAT because he didn't add all this extra drama. He just played basketball.
And if there was drama, he took it personally. It was great.
Yeah, no, I mean, exactly.
He's just like, if you watch The Last Dance, he's just like, oh, this guy said something about me.
I took it personally.
He said, I took it personally. Fuck you. Kicked his ass the very next day. It was great.
And LeBron does not want any criticism towards him, which is interesting.
Because he's a crybaby little bitch.
Oh, okay, but if you are the GOAT, why not have controversy? Why not ensue this?
Because all this controversy is just making it unwatchable. The ratings are the lowest it's been.
Because of the drama? Or do you think because of the quality of play on the court? Because everyone's shooting threes?
Both. Because
okay.
I saw a statistic the other day. The NBA hasn't seen this horrible ratings since the 1991 season.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's
interesting. 1991 season. We have gone through the Canadian team winning the Stanley Cup. We've gone through us being born.
Yeah.
We have gone through 9/11. We have gone through Kobe dying. We have gone through Ovi almost beating Wayne Gretzky's record. since the NBA was relevant.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. 1991. My parents got married in 1993.
Yeah, and the fact that the ratings are this bad.
There is something so wrong with that.
Yeah, and I fully see that, man.
This thing right here wasn't even invented. We had shit called giant mega computers.
Okay. Yeah.
The NBA, you could pack it up all you want. Something has to change. And it didn't help that Luka got traded to the Lakers.
Oh, I fully agree with that. But
it
now,
ruined the league.
I see that fully. Now we're going to talk about hopefully the savior of the league, which begins
March Madness honestly saved basketball this year.
Yes, it really did.
It's
both
it's been shocking.
and men's have really
It's
saved.
been chalky, sure. But it's something better than talking about, hey, LeBron, why'd you look at my son wrong? It's like, who gives a fuck about if you looked at Bronny wrong?
Yeah,
I could care less.
He's a pro. I mean, that's the thing. It's he bitches about the media, saying things about him. It's like that's what we
the
love
media's
to do.
job. It's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You think about it this way too. Bronny, if LeBron wasn't on the Lakers wouldn't have drafted Bronny. Bronny wasn't even going to be drafted. He was projected as second round pick.
Yeah.
But because the Lakers had the chance to do so, and LeBron's just like a gun to your head, draft my center, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. Otherwise, Lakers probably could have gotten a lot better player.
I do agree. But now the Lakers are in a great position with Luka and LeBron. They seem to figure it out defensively. They have the fourth position.
If they even play their players.
Yeah. I'm talking the playoffs when it actually matters. When these guys
Let's be honest. LeBron's still going to be a diva with that. He'll be like, hey, Stephen A. Smith, stop talking to me.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about that, but let's talk about what they have coming in the playoffs of the season end today. They play the Grizzlies. I think the Lakers, if they could figure it out by playoffs, especially defensively, I think they could go on and at least to the Western Conference Finals. I think they have a prowess. I mean, the Rockets are obviously a tough team, but they play the Grizzlies and they would probably play either the Nuggets or Clippers. The Battle of LA.
If you're playing the Clippers, yeah, you're fine. But if you're playing the Nuggets, you still got the reigning 3-time MVP.
So, okay. Because
Jokic is no slouch.
You mentioned a couple days ago that one big guy can't encapsulate an entire team.
But he's no same.
Luka, LeBron.
I say Jokic, but also look at it this way.
Yeah.
You also have Jamal Murray, who's a wonderful playmaker.
I do agree.
And then obviously you have Michael Porter Jr., who can turn it on when he needs to.
Yeah.
Denver is no slouch of a team. I know I'm saying the big man and whatnot.
Yeah.
But this big man also shoots threes. This big man also is physical.
Yeah.
This man also has a similar situation to a Shaq and Kobe with Jamal Murray. This Denver team knows what's going on.
I fully agree.
I think if you're going to play the Clippers team, obviously you'll win that.
Okay. So you think it's going to be...
I'm not like Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Okay. So you see OKC coming out of the West.
This OKC team is scary.
A Celtics team coming out of the East. That's the NBA Finals right there. That's your mind.
And here's what's crazy too. If you look at the Thunder have at least 5 first-round picks in the next 3 drafts.
Yeah,
they have first-round picks that are top 10 picks.
They're building. And the Pistons are building
till
as well.
2030. They have first-round picks. And at least 5 of them in the first round.
Okay.
Just imagine this Thunder team, who's arguably the best team in the West.
Yeah.
Just getting players like, I don't know, maybe Cooper Flag.
Well, so the Boston's GM actually was theorizing about trading a bunch of players, including Jaylen Brown, for Cooper Flag to kind of solidify that Boston team. I could see that. I
would love that.
So, okay, you have the Thunder and Boston. Who's winning that? The finals. Get to the finals. Who's winning that?
It's going to 7. I can tell you that. I don't know because those two teams are so well matched. It'd honestly be a blast. Honestly,
yeah, that would be a fun finals.
I mean, last year's finals was actually really great too.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest, it was great to see some youth. I mean, finally Celtics broke through. They needed it. But like, honestly, I don't know. I mean, also the Rockets are a surprise and a half.
They are. They really are. And I have a little bit more controversial kind of playoff way I go. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Here's my idea. We're going to start.
Are you Shannon Sharp?
I'm not Shannon Sharp in this shit. Okay,
please don't.
I'm not going to. So you got Cleveland versus an 8th seed. So that's either going to be,
Let's go. For the sake of this, let's go Orlando.
Okay,
I think Orlando's going to turn.
Cleveland wins that. That's clear and far and from. Pacers, Pistons. I had the Pistons winning that, moving on to the next round. They would play the winners of the Bucks and the sixth seed, which is the Knicks.
Okay.
So, sorry, they would play the Knicks and the Bucks. So, I think the Knicks are winning that. So it's Detroit and New York going at it, and then you got the 7th seed, Cleveland, going at it to see who comes out of that. We'll play them.
And then the winner plays Boston?
Yeah, the winner plays Boston. I think Detroit could win. It all depends on really how
defense.
they get defense. And if they can guard some of the best players in the league.
NBA Finals preview?
My NBA Finals preview. I got the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think LeBron goes to Cleveland.
That would turn the most unwatchable finals on planet Earth.
Well, no, I think it's going to cause a little drama. Obviously, LeBron's going to come in and destroy the city he built. And I think he's going to be
they're going to be glazing and be like, "Hi, Daddy."
Well, yeah, they may be doing that a little bit because LeBron is a great player. He won a champion, arguably the greatest NBA championship of all time, being down 3-1.
No.
Okay. We can.
No, Iguodala fumbled that and sold that so badly. If he didn't just hold it for 1 second and go up with it.
Yeah.
LeBron had time. If he just went straight up with it, that's in.
LeBron off the backboard. But no, I do think it's going to be a Lakers and Cavs. I think the Lakers are going to figure it out.
If it's going to be the Lakers in the finals, at least put the Celtics in it just for historical sake.
Okay.
That's the only game I will give it. If it's going to be the Lakers in the finals.
Lakers Pistons. Crazy. We're putting the tinfoil hat on here.
If we're gonna have the Lakers in the finals, it has to be a historic matchup.
So like Lakers Pistons, Lakers Celtics, across the pond, across the states.
It can't be something fucking stupid.
Okay.
Because
fair.
If it's gonna be something with LeBron and then some bozo team, it's just gonna turn into what we see right now with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and everyone's just gonna glaze the shit out of it. It's gonna suck.
Not Stephen A. Smith. Obviously, First Take does not
Stephen A. Smith won't, but you'll see Shannon Sharp be like, Lakers in 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Lakers in 5.
Okay.
It's just,
okay. No, definitely. I mean, I think that now, we talk about glazing of teams, and we're starting off the MLB season. It is opening day. This is recorded on March 27th. We got a big game tonight, Dodgers and Tigers. What do you think of that matchup? Do you think the Tigers have what it takes? I mean, we have a lot of injuries, especially to the outfield. We're scheming about putting Baez in center field. I'm just like, oh my God, please help me. But it's new season, new year. Well, let's take him on his merits and let's see what he can do.
I think this Tigers team has what it takes to do great things. I mean, I do worry because yes, we signed Gleyber Torres. Awesome. Yeah, we signed Jack Flaherty. Great.
Yeah.
Here's the kicker. Gleyber Torres last year was arguably, if you look at the stats, statistically the worst defensive second baseman
and the thing
in all of baseball.
We got the rotation.
We cannot do that.
Yeah, and to your point, we have the rotation to go to the playoffs again. I feel like we do.
You have top 5 rotation in all of baseball. I'll say that right now.
But the defense.
Yeah, that's where you're screwed because here's the thing.
I mean, even in the offense too, because we didn't add any pieces. Like you look at
Gleyber's got a good bat. Gleyber's got a good bat.
And put him at DH and put him at DH.
Then who's DH right now?
Let's look at the open day lining.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
but Gleyber also. All right, then who's your second baseman?
At that point, Sweeney.
Sweeney was the shortstop last year, though.
Put him at. Shortstop and second base are interchangeable, I believe.
Okay,
you put him at second, and then you put lineup. All right, well, give me a moment to pull it up, man. So
I have optimism with this Tigers team. We'll talk about it a little bit later. I have optimism. It's just going to be where their defense carries them.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously it's Scooble versus Blake Snell tonight.
Ooh.
And then
I honestly think. I mean, I was talking to our friend Zach a little bit about this. He doesn't think Snell's going to have a good start, but then Snell's going to burn it, like just come flying, guns blazing.
Yeah.
I think this might be a Tigers win.
So right now, at 7:10 first pitch tonight, you got. we're still TBD.
Oh, really?
Come on.
No.
Yeah, but okay. So we have it for the past lineup. We got Zach McKinstry. We got
at what?
Third base.
Okay.
We got Riley Green at DH, which I think he can go in the outfield.
Greeny's a great outfielder.
He's a center fielder. I mean, put him at center field. Gabriel Torres, Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith, Justin Henry Malloy at left field, Colt Keith at first base, Kerry Carpenter in right field, Javier Baez in center. They've been testing it out. Sweeney at shortstop, Jake Rogers behind the plate, my man with the mustache.
Yeah.
So
I'll say this. Riley Green before coming to the Tigers was a left fielder. Move him to left.
But the thing is they're worried about him getting hurt.
Well, you're worried about everyone getting hurt, if I'm being honest.
At this point. Yeah, but I mean, I think the Tigers have a good chance.
I'm not saying they don't have a chance, but I think injuries are going to be huge.
Yes. Now, let's go into our predictions.
Before we do, let's do a little bit more. Do the Tigers have what it takes? I know they had a hot, scorching end of the season to vie for an AL Central crown. Are they taking it? I know this AL Central is deep as all hell. Do you think they have what it takes?
My thing right now is that there is a massive black hole in that lineup named Javier Baez, and that hole can demoralize this lineup. Yeah, I mean, it is. You want to play him because you're paying him so much. You can't put him down in the.
But do you know?
Yeah, because you want him to perform, man. I mean, I think he's a great player. He used to be a great player, but can he continue to do what he did last year, strike out and suck, or can he flip and become a good player again? I think it's a new season. It's 7:10. I mean, we got a couple hours until we tell, but it's like one of those things. I look at this team, it's like, yes, there is some issues. I think that's one of the glaring problems. The defense is another issue. I think if they could solidify that defense, maybe have Javi play good position at center or even at shortstop when
left bench.
That works too. But we got to figure out what we're doing defensively. The bats will come as the season.
They did.
Yeah, as they did. But one of the things is defense. If they can figure out defensively, the pitching rotations there, we can make a deep run.
I would agree. If you guys can shore up that defense even ever so slightly, I'm not too worried.
Okay. Now,
with the exception of the Dodgers, who or what team benefited from being so active in free agency?
Boston. With, I mean, you think about it. Every single day, Ben Verlander, what do you tweet out? You can say it to me. Say it to me.
Beautiful day to sign
Alex Bregman.
But
Alex even thought going into the season, I'm going to be a Tiger. I'm moving up to Detroit. And then he's like, oh shit, Boston.
Minute I even told you it too from day one on free agency.
And another
Boston
thing,
sneakily is going to find someone that we're going to want. And it's going to happen towards the back end of the season.
Yeah, it did. And here's my thing. And this thing pisses me off more than anything. And this has to deal with the ownership of the Detroit Tigers.
That Boston management knows what's up.
They really do. And my thing is this with the Tigers. They go away. So I don't know if you've seen these edits on Twitter. Last year, they had the Tigers logo above Comerica Park's scoreboard. This year, they put Comerica Park on that where the Tigers logo was. Why? I mean, greedy bastards. That's all I have to say about the Illich Foundation and what they're doing with this team. This team, they make home plate $250,000 per seat for, corporations. If the Tigers come out flat in this month of March and April, and then say they turn on in May, I'm not a corporation that's going to be like, I'm going to buy into this team. I mean, maybe they see it different from a business perspective, but the fact that they're dishonoring fans, the people that sat
dishonoring you, dishonoring your family.
I mean, for real, dude, for real.
Who said it best? Dishonoring your family.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. The fact that they're not doing the things they should have done X, Y, and Z. And I think we have a guy in a Tigers jersey. You have a guy in a Tigers jersey walking by Wider right now. Let's go. Bless his heart. I mean, Evan's got the Detroit Tigers hat on. I mean, this is going to be
I was going to wear my Braves jersey, but I thought, nah.
Yeah, I mean, they're a very good prowess team, but what do you think? Do you think it's Boston or do you think it's another team?
Oh, it is Boston.
Even the Mariners. The Mariners can make a splash. They didn't really
but I'm saying based on free agency.
Okay, based on free agency. We
haven't got to division winners yet. But no, Boston benefited wonderfully. I know the whole talk is Soto got a mega deal, but it's like, cool. He also got a mega deal with San Diego and opted out after his third year.
Yeah. Now,
just watch him opt out again, and he's gone again.
Here's the question of the hour, because we all know the Dodgers are the favorites to win the World Series again. It's a repeat of last year.
Zach, it's not happening.
Okay, who's going to challenge them? Who's going to beat them?
I'll talk about it in a few minutes, but I'll just say they are not running it back. The last time we've seen anyone run it back since was the Yankees of the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And yes, those
teams
teams
have the team to do it.
Yeah.
They have the players to do it.
Yeah, but at the same time, history doesn't aid them at all in that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't see it happening. There's a lot of teams that got better in the NL sneakily, even if it was maybe a move or two.
Okay.
That have it.
I could see that too.
Some bold predictions I have. I think we will see prime Justin Verlander come back this year.
Okay.
I know it's crazy. I know he's getting up there in age, but I think with this San Francisco team, it's a pitcher's ballpark.
Yeah.
Especially with McCovey Cove.
Yeah.
That water. That's a pitcher's ballpark right there.
Yeah.
And I think he gets to 300K. I really do. I really do see him at prime vintage Justin Verlander. I think he's going to thrive in this system. I think that was one of the most underrated signings of the free agency period. I mean, you also have a stellar signing too with, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Willie Adames.
Yes. Yeah.
Also going to San Fran. This San Fran team only signed 2 guys, but it was a position of need, especially Blake Snell leaving and the retirement of Brandon Crawford. You just re-upped with arguably 2 great players, one being young. Obviously, Justin Verlander is not young, but you've got what you re-upped without even sacrificing anything.
Yeah.
I love it.
My bold predictions, it's a little bit of a sad prediction, but it's bold. Tigers won't win the AL Central.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. They play in. Okay. Okay. So the Tigers won't win the AL Central, but they'll win the AL.
There you go. I like that a little bit more.
My thing with this and the logic behind it is that Comerica Park is not friendly to bad defenses. And the Detroit Tigers right now, the biggest question mark is their defense. Their bats are going to be kind of similar to last year.
To that streak.
Yeah. And I think if we can't play solid defensively, and I hope the people out there agree with me, I think it's going to be a struggle playing at home, but when we play away in hitters' ballparks, then we'll strut our shit. But I really do think that Detroit will struggle at home, sadly, because of our defense, not because of our pitching, but if the ball's in play. I don't have confidence in this team to field it properly.
I like it. I think it's bold, but I like it. I mean, it is interesting to think, but if defense does ruin us, we have the pitching staff to do what it takes.
And I do think, coming up in a few segments here, we're talking about Cy Youngs. I think Scoob will repeat and he'll be priced out of Detroit. It's sad to say, but
yeah. And that's
I don't see Chris forking up the money to Scooble.
I don't see that for Bregman. So
no, he didn't. So I don't see it coming to Scooble.
Division winner is fun. All right. As we go along, it is opening day. It is a wonderful day.
It is opening day. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day for some
baseball.
Who
do you got winning the division winner for the AL East?
I would agree with you on this. Everyone's going to be like, oh, give it to the Yankees. Give it to the Yankees. No. Sorry.
It's either Boston or New York. It's Boston,
New York.
All right. Hey, I'm walking here. No, it's either Boston or New York.
It's Boston.
Okay.
It's Boston. Okay. I know we have this wonderful evil empire, the Yankees.
Yes.
You can wear facial hair now.
Yeah, that's
Finally,
awesome.
It took them 75 years to actually allow it, but
shit.
Suck your Cox, Steinbrenner.
Yeah.
But no. Boston. I think this team, they reloaded, and it wasn't at any cost. I just saw a report. Rafi Devers is playing DH.
Perfect.
Bregman is playing third base.
I like that.
So this is also a team that re-upped, reloaded. Yes, the Yankees got Max Fried, but the elusive free agent that no one thought would actually sign anywhere was Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet is that underrating signing that Boston did that really propelled them. Great. They already had 2 All-Stars in their pitching staff with Tanner Houck and Cutter Crawford, and arguably the best center fielder, not named Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah.
In Jarren Duran.
Yeah.
You have a team that is thriving right now. It needed that prowess. That team is going to be very fun to watch. I think with the rotation they have and now the bats they have, this team could go as far as they want. And when you play in Fenway, teams do not like playing in Fenway. Fenway is a very, very difficult ballpark to play in.
I agree.
You got that green monster. Yes, you got the little pesky pole. But you have that rotation of Crochet, Houck, and Crawford.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
You've got 2 southpaws in your starting 5.
Yeah.
That's a scary matchup.
Yeah.
I love that. Who do you have for the Central?
The Central?
As your favorite. We'll go dark horse a little bit later.
Okay. My favorite right now has to be the Royals.
Why?
I think their depth and who they got for young bats is something that I really do like. Obviously with Bobby Witt Jr. I think
Witt's wonderful.
Yeah, I think he's a great player. I also like guys like Jonathan India, Jonathan
Okay.
India. I like that. Mikhail Garcia is obviously a good player that I kind of like it. And Salvador Perez behind the plate, obviously.
Old, reliable. I would agree. I agree.
I think they have a good, solid lineup, and I think they space out their hitters well enough right now. What I'm looking at right now, their depth chart, I kind of like it. And they got a good rotation. So
I was going to say, that's why I have Kansas City going there. Their rotation last year was second to none.
So
I mean,
unlike the Tigers, they have a solid defensive prowess. They have a good, solid rotation, and they have good bats. The Tigers have a great rotation. They have okay bats and they have a terrible defense. I mean, that's just how I'm starting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The big thing is for me, I think with the Royals too, I mean, if it was any other year last year, if Jess didn't go apeshit, it's Bobby Witt's freaking MVP year.
Definitely.
Guaranteed. This team had a rotation like none other. I mean, yeah, they got bounced by the Orioles first round. Yeah, it sucks for you there. But I mean, at the same time, this rotation, when healthy and when this team is healthy,
Dominant.
is at least top 4 in the AL. It is I mean, we saw it last year. Their 4 starters were under 5.
Yeah.
Or at least under 3 ERA. I mean, you don't see that with the pitching staff much. It's a great pitching staff. And that's what I think will carry them. It's just if injuries plague them again, like they did this year, like another team I'll mention a little bit later, they're screwed.
Yeah, most definitely. Now we transition to the West, out the Wild West of the AL. Who do you got going for the AL?
I think they're going to make a bounce back. I know they failed this past year, but it was all injuries. I think the Rangers.
Why?
The Rangers they won it 2 years ago.
Okay.
They were a great team. They won it with a lot of only 2 stars and good pitching and unsung heroes. Yeah. They have not lost a single guy. To free agency or whatnot. I think they re-upped and reloaded, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah.
But they're a team that had a down year last year. Injuries kind of screwed them. I think they're making a resurgence back. And the fact that Astros basically sold the farm. Yeah. There's only one other team that kind of can give you a little run for their money. But that's also if they stay healthy, which I'll talk about a little bit.
Let's rattle off the NL. Who you got going East, Central, West?
Who do you have in the AL East, my boy, is what I want to know.
Mets, baby. It's all about the Mets. It's about the Mets. It's all about the Mets.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I honestly think it's the Braves. Injuries. The injuries plagued them a little bit. Okay. But Spencer Strider's back and healthy. I mean, he went down first game of the year. You got a healthy Ronald Acuna. Yeah. This team, top to bottom. I was talking to a friend, Zach, about this, I don't know, months ago. Yeah. He's like, this is the one team top to bottom when they are healthy. I am scared to play in a 7-game series. They are very good when it comes to rotation, bats, everything you could ever imagine.
I agree with that.
Central, who do you got?
Cubs.
Yeah, I like the Cubbies. This is my favorite, but I have someone else a little bit better that I want as my dark horse. But yeah, Cubs. Kyle Tucker coming from the Astros. That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. That team already is deep, but adding Kyle Tucker to that lineup is huge.
Yeah. Who you got in the NL West?
Fuck LA. I got
the Dodgers. I
know everyone wants it, but hey, this Padres team, I've also talked to Zach about this too. Okay. Are the scariest team. He never wants to play them. Yeah. I mean, they poached a couple Padres players from LA. Yeah. But Zach's like, that was the one series I did not want to watch because I knew they had what it could take to beat us. All right, dark horses. What do you have?
Okay, so for the AL, I have the Yankees because of obviously the giant and
the sleeping giant
himself.
I have the O's.
Okay, I like that.
I know Baltimore choked out of it last year. Yes, they lost Corbin Burns, their ace. Yes, I think it's going to go based on how their pitching goes. If their pitching fails them, they're screwed. Yeah, but if their pitching stays on track, I think they are. Now, dominant.
Why my question is here, if you're dark horse to win the AL Central, why the Twins instead of the Tigers?
Health.
Okay. So you think the health is going to...
That Twins team, when healthy, is a scary lineup.
I would agree.
Byron Buxton, when healthy...
Yeah, he's dominant.
Good luck catching him on that base path. Yeah. That Twins team was so hampered with injuries last year that's why they screwed. I do love the Tigers, but here's the thing. The Tigers, we know what they are capable of. They made the playoffs last year. We know where their weaknesses are. We didn't get to see a full healthy Twins team. until it was too late and they were already knocked out contention. If this Twins team plays to their potential, I could see them topping the Orioles. Definitely. I really do. It is scary.
It is. Now let's go AL West. I got the Mariners. You got the Mariners.
Injuries.
Yeah,
it's been the teams that are really good. The injuries what screwed them because
you could even
that
make
Mariners
an argument.
team.
Yeah.
Julio Rodriguez is the best young player in baseball right now.
Yeah.
The dude is an amazing
you could even
player.
make an argument on the NL East for the Phillies again, you know.
Oh, I love my Phillies, but here's my only precaution. It's all as far as you go because they're pitching. They're great bats, but they're pitching. If their pitching's off, they're off.
Yeah.
They have the best rotation. They have one of the best rotations in all of baseball. They have the best roster in baseball, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. No,
but that's if they're all clicking. They're all clicking. They're the hottest team in baseball.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again. But if they're not clicking the way we want them to, they're screwed.
Definitely.
And that's my biggest what if. They're also the oldest roster in baseball.
Yeah.
I worry because your 4 starting caliber pitchers that are all Cy Young winners or all-stars are all getting up in their 30s.
Definitely.
And that's going to hurt you.
Yep.
I think they're a great team, though. I think they're going to do what they can. I think if everything clicks right and they have the season they should, no doubt about it.
Okay.
I do think the Braves are just a little bit better this year.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I just have a sneaky hunch.
Well, you got the NL Central and NL West.
Oh, I love this Central pick. I got Cincinnati.
So, I got Milwaukee.
I got these Reds. I mean, I was dying to pick Pittsburgh because they have Paul Skeens in that rotation.
Yeah, I like that.
But this Philly,
they're a little young. They're a little. We were talking about that earlier.
This Reds team, Ellie De La Cruz is all freaking speed.
Yeah,
demon. The dude. I mean,
on the base pass, no one can catch him.
Oh, exactly. The dude runs at 25 miles an hour.
That's ridiculous.
On the base pass.
That's ridiculous.
The dude's also 6'5" as a shortstop too.
Yeah,
keep that in mind. The dude is
lanky.
A wizard.
Yeah,
the dude is awesome. I mean,
now who do you got in the NL West?
I have the Giants.
I had the Padres.
I already chose
Padres. So you think Verlander is going to come
I think we're going to see a vintage Verlander, and it's going to be fun.
Okay.
I think the Dodgers are still going to do well.
Verlander for the NL is going to be the favorite for the Cy Young?
No.
Okay.
I think it's going back to back.
Okay.
Skeens. There is.
So you think it's Skubal and Skeens?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The reason I say that is just look at this.
Who's your dark horse then?
For AL or...
Go on with your take. Sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. My thing is this: Skubal, Triple Crown. There's no questions about it.
Okay.
My dark horse, though, I will say, is Garrett Crochet.
Okay, I like that.
Dude, before he got shut down by the White Sox, was posting at like 2 ERA.
My thing is that the White Sox suck so bad, and their defense is like.
He's on the Red Sox now.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They shut him down for the last 2 months of the year because they already were like, well, fuck it. We don't want to injure him.
Yeah, for sure. I get that.
I think Crochet is going to be that star of that rotation, even though they have 4 Cy Young guys on there.
Definitely.
I think it is Crochet as your dark horse because he's playing in a pitcher's ballpark.
Yeah, he is.
He was playing in a batter's ballpark before, which once you
City
play in
field, whatever the hell they call it,
it changes the complexity of any pitcher.
Now, who is your AL dark horse? Because we talked about
that is my AL.
Okay, your NL dark horse
for Cy Young.
For Cy Young, yes, and then we'll
JV.
get into JV. Okay, yeah, I can see that
because if he has a prime year, he'll hit 300 strikeouts, and it's just like yes, please, please. I mean, it's definitely great. Well, my thing too is also with Skeens.
Yes,
we have never seen a rookie, let alone anyone, post a sub 2 ERA in all of his entire starts. Over 21 starts.
Sophomore year, but that's not a rookie.
JV wasn't a rookie then. That's the thing.
JV was bringing the heat,
right?
Like Paul.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But and here's the scary part. I saw a TikTok about this the other day. Skeens has just added 2 new pitches to his lineup that both look like sinking fastballs that literally cut.
You think the Pirates are making the playoffs?
They're my sneaky team to make it. I think they're the last wild card team in, and I really hope I'm right.
Awesome. Because that would be great.
So much fun.
Yeah.
The rotation sneakily is good.
Yeah.
It's just going to be as far as their bats go because yes, they have an insane rotation.
Yes.
It's just their bats need to get there.
Well, folks, that is our kind of predictions for this season of the MLB.
Who do you have winning the World Series, though? We have to finish it up with that.
We do. I have the Dodgers winning the World Series back to back. over the Yankees. I think it's a repeat.
Oh,
I think it's a repeat. I think it's a repeat. As much as everyone's like, no, fuck that. But no, what do you got?
I've been torn this whole time. I want it to be Boston, Atlanta.
Okay.
But I also want it to be Boston, Philly.
Okay, yeah.
Just imagine this.
That'd be a war.
It'd be so much fun.
So bad. It'd be so fun.
It would be. Just think about it this way. You got both pitching staffs are insane.
Yeah.
Playing in pitchers' ballparks.
Yeah.
Who's gonna falter first?
Exactly.
Who's gonna make the mistake first? Because you got both teams with 5 aces. Awesome relief.
I think it also
amazing bats. Who's going to break first out of that pitching staff?
Exactly.
And who's going to be the one to break through? Because you have both teams that have awesome bats.
And we saw unsung heroes like Freddie Freeman last year.
Freeman's not an unsung hero, though. Freeman is awesome.
Freeman is an awesome player. But I mean, he had a Hall of Fame moment like
Kirk Gibson.
Like a Kirky. Yeah, exactly. Now, with this being said, the MLB season starts tonight at 7 p.m. First pitch, 7:10. Tigers and Dodgers to kick it off. And I'm so happy to announce it's time for Tiger baseball once again, ladies and gentlemen. We will be covering the MLB bi-weekly in the summer, as that's kind of the only thing we'll be covering in the summer.
Stay tuned for a little bit of Masters fun.
Yeah. We'll be
mainly some baseball every 2 weeks.
Bringing out one of my good golf buddies, and we'll be talking to him live on a course. So you'll be seeing us in a different format than just this show.
Watch this fucker shank some balls.
Oh yeah, exactly. It'll be fun. Thanks for listening, folks.
Good night.
Good night.